Liverpool will still get a win.
Draw is not even the usual 0-0. I think
Liverpool win tonight, 2-0.
Liverpool
Nope.
win.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to the Sporty Show, or welcome just to the Sporty Show if you haven't been here before. I am Sarah Pararia, and actually, I'm apparently looking good today because I have somebody's favorite hairstyle of mine, I know for a fact, and wearing, apparently, their favorite color on me, KlintonCod.
Oh yeah, what's up? Yeah, we love it. We love the blacks, man. I mean, yeah, we love the blacks. I mean, we love the blacks. To hell with Vinny. But anyways.
Stop! Let's have a nice show.
Yeah, I'm just saying it because okay, there are people coming on now. Right, let's introduce Alex. Alex, what's going on, man? Yeah, it's been a couple of quiet days for you on this show, so let's not bring in Vinny and Real Madrid this time. I want to hear more of your voice, bro. What's going on, G?
Lots to talk about. Spurs winning, Real Madrid playing tonight, Barcelona winning. Exciting weekend of football. The FA Cup is back. What more could you want?
Not much more. Yes, that's right. We have Real Madrid and Mallorca this evening on Sporty TV, and you can also catch that on YouTube if you are in Nigeria, Ghana, or South Africa. There's also Al Ahly versus Al Shabaab in the Roshan Saudi League. Tomorrow is our La Liga match, Rayo Vallecano taking on Celta, as well as Perth Glory taking on Auckland. Al Aroba versus Al Hilal in the Saudi League, and our Bundesliga match of the week is Borussia Mönchengladbach taking on Bayern Munich. In La Liga Hypermotion, it's Oviedo versus Sporting Gijón. The Serie A match of the weekend is Venezia versus Inter Milan. And on Sunday, it will be the Spanish Supercopa final with Barcelona taking on either Real Madrid or Mallorca. Will we have a Clásico this weekend? Could be. We'll definitely get into that, but here's what's coming up on today's show.
On the Sporty Show today, we go over Lucas Berival's late winner that broke Liverpool's 24-game unbeaten run in dramatic fashion. Barcelona booked their ticket to the Super Cup final yesterday, as Real Madrid face Mallorca on Sporty TV tonight to set up what could be El Clásico on Sunday. And we will also bring you all the news from the upcoming FA Cup match between Arsenal and Manchester United.
All right, lots to get into. As Alex mentioned, FA Cup is back. Real Madrid in action tonight. Will we have El Clásico this weekend? But let's start off in London at the Carabao Cup with Tottenham Hotspur shocking Liverpool with a 1-0 win. And let me welcome in Gary L. Smith, who in fact did say yesterday there's no chance that Tottenham will win this one. Spursy, Gary.
Spursy!
What do you make of what happened last night? To be fair, Spurs put on a very good performance, I will say.
They did. And we did say that, they could be Spursy if they wanted to be. I mean, was it Clinton or Alex who said Spurs could turn up with a performance for the ages and Liverpool could give them a shellacking, like it could be a beating for the ages, or Spurs could just, whatever, do.
I think that was you, because Alex said a 2-0 win.
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly what I always said about Tottenham. I said if they decide to turn up, this is when we would see the best of Tottenham, and they could easily go for a win. But if they decide to mess up, then the team they are playing will literally give them proper beating. It probably will end 3-0 or one of them 4-1 kind of. So I'm just happy that they did turn up yesterday. Am I happy they won the game? I was just happy with the fact that they took people to decide where they did not believe the game would go to. Everybody thought it was going to be Liverpool, right?
24 games unbeaten, Liverpool.
Exactly.
It's all come to an end, and Spurs the ones to do it. But there was some controversy in this match. Yes, Bergwijn did score the goal. But Gary, let's talk a little bit about the lead up to that, because there was a foul on Tsimikas that did look like he should have received a yellow, which would have meant a red, because he already had it picked up a yellow earlier on in the match. And Liverpool fans, players, Arne Slot, they were not happy about this. Do you think that this play should have been stopped there and then after the tackle on Tsimikas, Gary, and, he should have been sent off for the tackle?
I think an advantage was played, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
an
played,
advantage
yes.
was played. Yes, and I thought it was the right decision. They only got mad because
It led to a goal.
it led to a goal. But I think an advantage was played, and it was a correct decision. Having watched it again, unless somebody can explain a certain rule to me why it should have been stopped, immediately, I thought it was a good decision.
Okay, well, let's see what Virgil van Dijk had to say about the situation, and I'll come to you guys.
Obviously, you've just mentioned it there, the big talking point, the big incident. I was looking at you. I've seen you be angry before. You was very angry today. Have you got to talk us through that? What your opinion was on that?
It was a solid tackle, in my opinion, and I think everyone else can agree with that. It was a yellow, worthy of a yellow. Obviously, we played on, and when the ball got with the goalie, I think Costas got some treatment, and obviously I was asking where's the yellow, and obviously there's a linesman, there's a fourth official, but no one wanted to take that big decision, because obviously it's going to be a second yellow, and eventually obviously it's quite ironic that he scores the winner tonight.
And obviously he scores with Tsimikas being off the pitch as well, which must feel like a double blow as well, right?
Yeah, obviously the whole situation I think it's not great. It's not great, but yeah, we can talk about decisions all day long, and I think last year I've been in the bad books already in the beginning of the season. So we just keep going. I think the ref today with his team made a mistake in this particular moment. Everyone unfortunately can make mistakes, but it was quite an obvious one in my opinion.
Obviously, you've just mentioned
Alex, we spoke about Virgil earlier this week and his attitude after the Manchester United match, obviously presenting a lot of anger, and you could see it again on the pitch as well, but even in this interview, arms crossed, looking defeated. It's not been a great week for him, but what do you make of the situation on the pitch that happened with Berival leading up to this goal?
I mean, there's two sides to it. When you look at, for example, what Ange said after the game, he was asked, do you think it was the right decision? And he said the rule is if advantage is played and as long as it's not a cynical tackle, a yellow card does not get given. But it's whether you look at that tackle and you think, is it a yellow card? And I think when you perhaps look at the lateness of it, the fact that he doesn't even get a touch on the ball, he takes the legs out, and then obviously, Virgil van Dijk was talking about it there, the fact that the player involved, Tsimikas in this case, wasn't on the pitch. I think, to be honest, when I look at it, I do think it should have been, pulled back. I do think it was a foul. I do think it was a yellow card, and I think on this occasion the referees have got this one wrong.
Clinton?
Well, I mean, like what Gary did say, he said, the referee did play an advantage to that one, and it's just one of those situations where it just didn't go your way, right? Clearly, it was a foul. It did deserve, a second yellow. We should have sent the player off the pitch. But the ref, okay, let's put it this way. What if, as he let the ball, continue, Liverpool got a goal? What would Liverpool fans be saying?
They wouldn't be saying anything.
Exactly. So you see, so for me, I feel like it's one of those situations that you can't just decide to say there's a right or a wrong. What happened. God just said, let's give it to Tottenham this time. I think it's just the universe working for them. I understand, yes, it was definitely a foul, and that young man should be very careful with the way he tackles, especially knowing that he's had a yellow card already. And, like I said, everybody knows, it was an advantage played, and it was just unfortunate that the advantage just didn't go their way. And Tottenham got the win. So I'm not going to put it on the ref this time, honestly. I'm not putting it on anybody. It just didn't go where Liverpool wanted it to go. Simple. Sorry, Liverpool.
No, Gary, that being said, there's obviously a second leg, and that second leg is at Anfield, and Tottenham only have a 1-goal advantage here. Should Liverpool be that worried about this one?
Nah, they shouldn't. I'm not sure why they are complaining too much. They have the capacity, like we said, yesterday in my books was an aberration. They didn't play well, that well. And Spurs got the opportunity and they took it. Spurs could have won by 2-0, right? Wasn't it? Wasn't a goal disallowed?
Yes. Dominic Solanke in the 82nd, I believe.
By the way,
that
I
would
feel
have
like
been
he
some
was the
narrative,
man of the
wouldn't it?
match for me, though.
Brilliant, 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 brilliant.
Yeah. So I think Liverpool shouldn't be too worried. Just get back onto the training ground, watch the tapes, find out what your mistakes are, and deploy the personnel. I think they have more than it takes to turn this around. More than it takes.
Do you guys agree? Liverpool shouldn't be too stressed out?
I think they'll get the job done. You know, been looking at Spurs' record at Anfield recently is not very good. You know, we know how good Liverpool have been this season, and you know, obviously with a busy period coming up with Champions League, and it feels a bit separated. It's hard to put the two games together with a month in between, but no, I think Liverpool will get the job done.
Clinton?
No, definitely. I feel like Liverpool, they definitely do have what it takes to come back and still be the ones to qualify. However, we still cannot rule out Tottenham because fact is, we saw how Tottenham played yesterday. It wasn't like they played really bad. They've got really good players as well. Like, I feel like Tottenham, they could go head-to-head with Liverpool if they wanted to. They have the caliber of players. But like we said, if they decide to turn up, they turn up. When they don't want to turn up, they don't turn up. So this whole, Liverpool would come back. When you really look at what Liverpool play and what Tottenham played yesterday, to me, there was no massive difference. Like, both teams really did play well. Like, look at Solanke. Like, look at what he did. I felt like Solanke was almost like a Haaland, you know, a shorter version and a more skinnier version of Haaland. Yeah? Did you see? Man was sharing Konate. Bro, I was watching Solanke. I said, what is going on here? And look at that slick pass that he gave to, you know how to pronounce his name?
Kulusevski.
No, I'm talking about the guy that scored the
Berival.
Berival.
Pronounce the name again?
Berival.
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 It's not with a Spanish accent, Alex. Everything Alex says is with this.
Berival.
He's Swedish. That's all we're trying to figure out here.
I would not say Liverpool would come back and, you know, get the job done. I think they will come and find a way to get the job done.
Do you guys
Liverpool.
know when Spurs last beat Liverpool at Anfield?
All
My
out.
guess is May 2011.
Wow.
It's a fortress.
14 years ago.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a great sight for Tottenham. But credit to Tottenham. We spoke about Solanke, but also we have to give some credit to the keeper. Kingsley came in 3 days ago, 21-year-old, made 6 saves for them. He
He did it for his family, though.
Sorry?
He did it for his family. The dad, the sister, his girlfriend, they were all in the stand, and that's why he had to put up a show.
Listen, good for him.
If players want to put up a show, they should start bringing their family members.
Good.
I've realized that everybody wants to prove something when they have. It's almost like when I get my friends to come watch me play. Bro, I put on my best game because
Is that why you play badly when we play together? Because your friends aren't there?
yeah. No, come on, you know me that game in, game out, I'm good.
All right, well, let's move along. Let's see what happens in the Carabao Cup. The second leg will be coming in a few weeks' time. Arsenal 2-0 down to Newcastle. Sorry to bring that up, Gary. And Tottenham 1-0 with the lead to Liverpool. So it's all up in the air still. It's all up in the air. Let's move along to some Spanish football as Barcelona beat Athletic Bilbao last night 2-0. Lamine Yamal returns from injury and does what Lamine Yamal does. Scores a goal. Gavi also getting on the pitch and giving a little reference to Dani Olmo, who, in fact, Barcelona were able to register. Thank goodness. And Pau Victor. For how long? Who knows with the way that club is run. But good news for Barcelona all around. They will be heading to the Spanish Supercopa final, Alex, and it will likely be against Real Madrid.
That will be exciting. I think, obviously, apart from Mallorca fans, that's what the neutral would want to see. And I think when you look at an El Clásico is always exciting, whether it's La Liga, Champions League, Supercopa. So, hopefully Real Madrid get the win tonight and we get a tasty game on Sunday afternoon.
It's the Markandé-Guillem derby this evening, actually. These two are going in the comments here. Let's speak a little bit about Barcelona before we jump to Real Madrid. Obviously, Clinton, you were watching this game last night as well. We saw, Gavi score. Pedri had a great game. Jules Koundé, strong as always. Lamine Yamal, not 100%, but was able to score. But there were weaknesses in this team, without a doubt. Lewandowski and Rafinha were not on it last night.
Yeah, I mean, Rafinha was the one that really shocked me. Now, if Lewandowski does not give the kind of performance that we know him for in the past couple of months, weeks, or, even his normal performance level with Barcelona or even Bayern Munich, I would just tend to say, yeah, maybe he's just getting to that point where, he's beginning to pack up. He's not going to be that Lionel Messi or Ronaldo. Like, we only have these two, and we'll never have them again. Every other person will get to the point where they start diminishing in terms of how they play. So let's just, give him that benefit of the doubt. But when it comes to Rafinha, 100%, he didn't have one of the best games. And I don't understand why he switched off. He wasn't really the guy that he was doing some misplaced passes and things were not just working. But then again, it doesn't mean he's not a good player. Every player would always have that up and down. So, I always give an example with relationships, But okay, let me not dive into that. But that's just life. There's always the up and down. He's not had a very good game. Maybe the next game is going to turn up again. But overall, Barcelona did get the job done. They won. Lamine Yamal came, had a goal, which is very big for him because we know Lamine Yamal to be the guy who is good with the assists. But if he's finding a goal, it just means it's even an extra bonus for him in a game. So they did get a goal. And obviously, let's still give credit to the Athletic side. They did play well, if you ask me. It wasn't too bad either. They got 2 goals cancelled. One of them, as a matter of fact, both goals that were cancelled, I just thought that God has already just written it to say, yo, it's not going to happen for you today. Because when you look at one of the passes that was off, that Nico Williams did slicking, that was a God-level pass. Like, I just wish that they timed it perfect enough that it wasn't offside. Because that would have been a very beautiful goal and assist. Like, actually, the assist would have been more important than the goal in that instance. The second one, again, by Inaki Williams.
That was just pure unlucky line.
That was, so that's why.
Come off his foot.
Exactly. Like, when I even felt so bad was when, after all the celebrations he's gone to, he felt like, yeah, we're coming back. And then, and then he sees that, okay, there's something wrong. When I looked at how the face changed and how it was, it was very frustrating. So let's give credit to them. 2-0, 2-2, 2 goals got cancelled. Barcelona, going through to the next one. Good game,
And also we have to remember Nico Williams not 100%, so he only came on for the last 10 minutes or so. So obviously that's a massive piece missing for Bilbao. But yeah, it was a good game. Definitely some concerns for Barcelona going into that final, one of them being Hansi Flick and some of those substitutions he's making maybe too early on in the game. As we saw when Barcelona lost to Atletico, same thing happened. You can't just switch everyone off and think the game's over. So I would be a little bit concerned about that. While we're on Barcelona, Ronald Araujo is heavily linked to Juventus, and I would like to know why. As a Barcelona fan here, as we all know, I think that's not who you want to be getting rid of, Alex, right now. I mean, we know they have some world-class defenders in Jules Koundé. Pau Cubarsí is proving to be, this youngster with a lot of talent potentially in the future, one to look up to, same with Alejandro Balde. But Araujo is one of the best center backs when he is fit in the world. He's also a leader for this team, a captain. And I think there might be some other players on the pitch that you would consider, loaning out or selling before Araujo.
Yeah, I think he's one of those players that you have to keep, as the Spanish say, C or C, yes or yes. You have to keep him. I think it would be a good move for you there. I think, bolstering their defence, and we know how good they've been defensively and how perhaps they've been lacking in attack. So, no, I think for Barca, like you said, there are other players they can afford to get rid of. I could name 4 off the top of my head. I'm sure you could name 11 or 12. And yeah, I think he's probably one of the best defenders, if not the best defender in that Barcelona squad in terms of that central the central defender position. And I think he's one that they should be looking to keep, because if he goes, that is quite worrying for Barcelona, especially going into the second half of the season.
I think he's one of the players that you absolutely cannot lose at this point. Gary, what do you think about this Araujo to Juventus rumor? Oh, I think you're on mute.
I don't think Barcelona want to do that yet, because they want to keep they want to keep as many players. I didn't want to say good players because he has his moods. They want to keep a certain backbone at this point in the season, and not let them go at the moment, in my opinion. I think they'll be better served keeping him until the end of the season and then letting him go, at the end of the season when they can bring in assured quality, because they are sending him away and replacing him with who? For how much? Is my question. So it's not that I think that he's the best defender around. However, I don't think he's somebody at the moment that they want to let go, because it's not like they have all the best, in the defensive options at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, either way, Barcelona are going to the Supercopa final on Sunday, live here at Sporty TV. And will they be taking on Real Madrid or Mallorca? I can hear Guillaume screaming in my ear, Muriqui! We have a very, very proud Mallorca fan here, and many, many Real Madrid fans. Alex, this one, as good as Mallorca have been this season, and they really have been good, it's hard to see Real Madrid losing this game.
Yeah, I think that's about as simple as it gets. I think, these are the one-off games that Real Madrid thrive in. I think we've slowly started to see Real Madrid improve this season. I think they're getting better as the games go along. They're starting to find their rhythm. Players like Bellingham are scoring. Mbappe's slowly finding his feet. I think I'd be excited to see more of Rodrigo tonight potentially, and I think the midfield, whether we see Valverde in there, Ceballos, potentially Modric, or I think it will be a comfortable win for Real Madrid. I'm not going to say they're going to thrash Mallorca, but I think a 2 or 3-0 win.
2 or 3-0?
Yeah.
Mallorca's not even going to get on the board.
No.
Clinton?
I mean, I'm not going to say Mallorca will not get on the scoreboard, because we know Real Madrid, they are the team that sometimes any random goal would... Sorry, Gary, are you saying something?
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just saying that Real Madrid, they are not the team I can easily bet to say no goal is going to go in. We know that any type of goal could literally just... It's usually the simplest goals. But them not winning the game, impossible. This one is if you're betting on SportyBet as usual, I don't know what the odds are, but don't think about it. Go sell your house or whatever. Your money is coming back and you buy an extra house. Easy peasy. There's no doubt about this one. There's no way. Right now, they're even on form. And if you have all of these normal star players in one team, especially my boy, Vinny, it's going to be...
Just here to stir the pot.
Let's give it to Real Madrid. I think this one is definitely an over 2.5. Fact.
Gary, are you with the gentleman here in that Real Madrid will get this win?
Gary, please, we can't hear you, mate.
I was saying, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I learned my lessons last night, so no.
No, but yesterday there was no lesson to learn. It was very obvious. Come on, man. Gary, you're a football expert. You should know.
Come on, man. Come on, Clinton. After the form Liverpool have been in...
Madrid will lose, but they will never lose to Mallorca.
Well, that's what we said. That's what I said.
Well, remember it was Liverpool against Tottenham we're speaking about. This is not this is not Liverpool versus... If from the season we said Liverpool versus a team like Nottingham Forest, we would have said there's no way Liverpool would be losing to Nottingham Forest, especially in Anfield.
But Nottingham Forest are top 3 in the Premier League, my friend.
No. We're talking about as at the time the league started, because that was one of the first games, right?
Okay.
So we didn't know Nottingham Forest were coming with that flame this season. So we would have said that there is no way Liverpool will lose to a Nottingham Forest. Right? So to me, we've seen Mallorca this season already. There is no way Real Madrid will not be winning tonight. It's impossible. I can guarantee you that one. This one, I don't need Abido Shaker. I don't need Indabuski Bausi. I don't need Juju, nothing.
It's a Clásico final on
Definitely.
It's a Clásico final on
El Clásico
Sunday.
final.
Before we preview that, let's just give a little love to Mallorca here. The last time they did play, it was the first match of La Liga, and we do have to remember it was at the same Mosh. Mallorca held Real Madrid. Now, I know this was several months ago, and a lot has changed. Real Madrid are getting much more into form than they were at the beginning of the season. But we have players in Mallorca that have also been coming into form, one being Kyle Larin, who has now 5. He's leading the goals he's top goal scorer, for Mallorca. Danny Rodriguez, 4 assists, 3 goals. Obviously, Muriqi, their talisman. I think it won't be as easy as you think it will be, Alex. I do think Real Madrid will win. But I think Mallorca are going to put up a fight. And they're also the team that has nothing to lose.
Definitely. I think also, coming off the back of their shock, upset loss in the Copa del Rey, losing 3-0 to Pontevedra, they'll have a fire under their belly. And, you look at their recent form, the last 5 games in La Liga, they've only lost 2, and that was to Barcelona and Celta Vigo, and, beating Valencia, Las Palmas, Girona, Getafe. So they're picking up solid wins. And yeah, I think they're a team to be wary of. They're a strong team. We've seen how well they're doing this year. They're pushing for a Champions League spot. They're only 6 points behind Athletic Club. So, yeah, I think Real Madrid will be wary of their strengths and will be properly preparing for tonight. So, I expect a tough game as always because if you're in La Liga, you're a good team. And
an update on Real Madrid: Luka Modric will be out for this one as he is ill from a virus that apparently has been going around. Let's assume. Let's do something silly. And I know I love Guillem's comments.
Guillem is killing me, man.
The Tiger, Santos will score a free kick. Let's say there's going to be a Clásico this weekend. One of the biggest matches in football.
That is what it is. And let's hope that Real Madrid would retaliate from the last Clásico.
Oh, I'm not going to hope for that.
You
can hope for that.
Yes, I'm hoping for it because, I feel like there has to be some kind of reply, because that last one was such a shame and it was a proper beating at the Bernabeu. So,
great day.
Yeah, it was a great day for you. It was a humiliating day for myself and the likes of Makinde and Co. I don't know why I'm calling that guy's name.
No, but let's talk about if Real Madrid and Barcelona do meet each other on Sunday. I think it will go. It's a quite different scenario that these two teams are in because Real Madrid are looking stronger and stronger as they go on, and Barcelona have fallen off. Obviously, there have been injuries to both sides. Alex, these two sides going head-to-head right now, what do you expect? Obviously, they're both going to try and put their best 11. From my understanding, Dani Olmo and Pau Victor will be available for that game. They obviously weren't as that whole registration crisis was going on, but they will be available. But how do you see that head-to-head looking right now? It's
a tough one. And, I think if you look at, like I said yesterday, 2 months ago, you flip the table around. Barcelona were 5-6 points ahead of Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid are 5 points ahead. I know, obviously, there's the case of Atleti having the game in hand this weekend. But I think, I agree with what you said in terms of the form points towards Real Madrid. They've been slowly on an upward curve and they've been playing some good football recently and players have been finding form at the right time. Barcelona have been struggling, losing to Leganés in that important game to Atleti just before Christmas. And I think it'll be a tough game, and especially in these games, that old adage of form goes out the window because it's an El Clásico. It's the biggest game.
Go for cards. If you're a betting person, go for cards.
It's the biggest game in Spanish football. It's arguably one of the biggest games, if not the biggest games in football. Full stop. So, when you look at both teams on paper, they're both very strong. I would lean towards Real Madrid at the moment, just on the form. And
didn't you lean towards them last time, though?
I did.
Alex will never lean away from Real Madrid.
I get things wrong. I leant towards Liverpool last night. But yeah, no, I would lean towards Real Madrid. But maybe also penalties? Something a little bit tighter. Although
penalties?
I'm not sure either team.
Come on, man. You shouldn't be speaking about penalties on this show, man. The penalties boring. You shouldn't be praying for that. We want to see goals, man. I want to see goals during the real gameplay, man.
Yeah, but that's still possible. You can still get a 4-4 draw and then it goes to penalties.
No. I don't want that, man.
Clinton, what do you feel with Barcelona and Real Madrid playing this Sunday? What do you feel from that game?
It's actually crazy that we're speaking about the future game when there is a game that needs to determine if that game would happen in the first place. What if Mallorca goes and beats Real Madrid like 3-0 today?
Maybe
So we would have wasted all these minutes talking about some El Clásico that's never going to happen.
But if Real Madrid wins tonight?
Huh?
What if Real Madrid wins tonight then?
No, I mean, they will win. But I'm just saying, there's always that 1% chance that they might not win.
Guillem here says, just imagine Mallorca beat Madrid and Barca after the Copa del Rey stand. Listen, the mighty Mallorca could. They absolutely could.
To be honest, it's possible,
Yeah.
No, there's nothing that's impossible. Like, yes, Real Madrid on paper should be beaten. Listen, if Real Madrid win them by 1-0, right? To me, Mallorca won the game, right? This team, I'm expecting Real Madrid to be scoring at least 3 goals. And the game in total, the amount of goals, I should be expecting at least 4 to 5 goals. So I'm giving Mallorca maybe 1, maybe 1.5. Obviously, that half is they will score and they will cancel it via VAR. All right, so we don't know what it's going to be. But Real Madrid, they should be winning the game. If they don't win the game, they better stay in Saudi Arabia. They're in Saudi Arabia, right? Yeah, they should just, listen, we are canceling every flight. They are not coming back to Madrid.
Just reading the comments here.
let's read through some comments, man. I'm seeing all our guys on TikTok, by the way. TikTok, don't think you're forgotten. The guys on Facebook as well. YouTube, you're our friends, you know. Feel free to tell us your heart. Tell us what you think about what you reckon will be happening today as well as on Sunday. Talk to us.
Honestly, what's really interesting is that if Mallorca win, I think that would actually be worse for Barcelona. With the way Barcelona has been playing of late, it's a little bit of a more unpredictable game for them. Mallorca also will go into that with, you know, even more than nothing to lose. You know what I mean? And we've seen Barcelona playing with the likes of, you know, Leganés and Osasuna and all this. And Mallorca is a much better team than both of those two sides. But I actually think Barcelona would play better against Real Madrid than a Mallorca. I don't know.
I think the only thing maybe going against perhaps Mallorca this season is their goals. You know, they've had a solid defence, but finding the back of their net, I think that's been the problem for them. And you look at Real Madrid, they've had a pretty solid defence. They've only conceded 19 goals this season.
Have they had a solid defence, though? Because I would say that's probably their biggest weakness.
True. I guess you could say that, you know, there have been moments where they've not been as strong, but 19 goals in, you know, however many games, 19 games.
So it's a goal a game.
Yeah, I suppose it's...
I feel like that's their biggest issue because they're not having any trouble scoring goals.
No,
but like what was that game? Was it Valladolid that I always think of where it's like, how are you letting these goals in? But then they're still managing to score. I think it was like 3-2 in the end.
No, I think perhaps some defensive frailties, but I don't think Mallorca have what it takes going forward to unlock that defence and win the game.
Guys, why are we talking about a game that we don't know if it's even going to happen? Why are we not even...
Because we can. Because we can.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. But that's the thing. Why are we even talking about a game that we already know what the result would be too? I mean,
Okay,
sorry.
so Clinton, what's the result going to be tonight? Let's get our score predictions, then we'll move along.
I think it's going to be a 3-1.
Do you have
I just told you 3-1.
No,
I just gave you
I'm
Real
asking
Madrid.
if you have any goal scorers. Why are you so angry?
Oh, no.
It's Thursday. The weekend is tomorrow. You are alive. My goodness.
No, hold on. I said the score. You guys were like...
No. I meant to ask, do you have any goal scorers? Like, is anyone popping out to you or no? You don't have to.
No, I think Zvini is playing from the start till at least 80 minutes. He's definitely scoring a goal. I see Bellingham scoring as well. Mbappe, I see him hitting the woodwork.
No.
At some point. And then I see a penalty as well for some reason. Now, I don't really know much about the players for Mallorca, but I know they have a goal.
Kyle Larin. Okay. Alex, prediction, please.
I'm going to go 3-0 Real Madrid.
All right, you said 3-0.
From Valverde, Bellingham, and Mbappe.
Oof. Gary?
Sin comentario.
3-0?
Sin comentario.
Oh, you okay.
He said no comment.
Yeah.
He's been banished from making predictions.
Oh, my God.
Fair enough. After what happened yesterday.
My prediction quota for the week is done.
Well, wait till you get into the next game we're talking about, because you're going to have to make a prediction on that one.
Guys, please, all our fans on Facebook, sorry, Sarah, everywhere, please, we want to see your predictions because I want to think about what I could, because I want to look at everybody and analyze what people think and then know what I'm going to construct for myself on SportyBet. So yeah, let's hear from you. Guys on TikTok, like I said, we see you. Okay, so let us know what you reckon would be happening this evening. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think I see something maybe like you, maybe a 3-1, maybe a 2-1. But I think Mallorca will score. I for sure see this, but I think Real Madrid will win in the end. I think so. Sorry, Guillaume. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But hey, prove us all wrong.
Yeah.
Because I mean, listen, one Canadian already scored against Real Madrid in the Champions League.
Mallorca, show us problem. Show us we don't want peace, we want problem.
Kyle Aaron. Guillaume says 2-1 Mallorca. All
Wow.
right. Well,
No, but I love Guillaume though. I mean, this is a proper fan.
he has to stand for his team.
You know
and I
the funny
understand
thing,
that.
but these are the kind of fans I have problem with. I remember I went to interview. I can't remember the game we went to watch. I think it's probably in Leganés or something. Yeah, it was Leganés versus Real Madrid, right? And I was asking the fans on camera, what do you think would happen, right? And look at them saying, yeah, Leganés, we are going to be beating Real Madrid today, 2-1. You know, it's going to be a draw. And then when I'm like, oh yeah, thank you for speaking to me, camera off. They'll be like, bro, sorry man, they're going to beat the hell out of us today.
Stop it. Listen, you know, they're realists. They're realists.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't blame them though. They know what the truth is, but they can't just admit it on camera. They don't know when it's going to come back to bite them. Who knows? Sorry.
Who knows? All right, let's move along. And Gary, this is the KlintonCod and Gary L. Smith derby. Because the FA Cup is back this weekend. No Premier League, but there's still football in England. Arsenal taking on Manchester United. My, oh my, this one is so hard to pick apart because obviously Arsenal coming off a draw and a loss. And Manchester United haven't won in 5 matches. Who knows which way this is going to go? Gary, I'll start with you. Obviously, we spoke on Tuesday about Arsenal's loss, and you were having concerns, and you weren't sure if they have enough to win. I mean, in fact, you said they don't have what it takes to win the Premier League. You had doubts about Arteta. You're heading to a big rival right now. Or is it at Old Trafford?
It's at the Emirates.
Sorry, it's at Emirates. You're welcoming a very big rival. How are you feeling going into this one? Are you confident?
No.
I wouldn't be either.
Wow. Okay. I'm really proud of Manchester United. Now, if an Arsenal fan is given a feeling.
Does it feel good to be tipped to win?
No, trust me, man. I'm
I didn't say they would win. I just said Arsenal maybe shouldn't be confident. Gary, break it down for us.
Listen, I'm not confident because I think United are good.
Okay.
I'm not confident because I think Arsenal are flaky and fluky. Yeah, both are correct. So that's why. It's not because United knows I'll be nothing.
This guy, when Gary speaks pidgin English like that, just know he's about to mean business. But go on.
Arteta, like I said the other day, I'm not going to say he should be sacked because I think that, he's put us in a position where we are competing for titles, and we did not have that prior to him. I mean, with the coaches that came after Wenger, we did not have that. So he deserves that respect and the benefit of the doubt. A couple fans believe he's been given too much time, too much grace period, too much of a honeymoon period. And he spent north of or just shy of or just about 800 million quid, depending on which exchange rate you are using. And he's got us, depending on who you ask, 1 FA Cup or 3 trophies, depending on who you ask. He believes he's got us 3 trophies. I say he's got us 1 FA Cup. So there's that. I think he needs to put in, or the team need to put in, a few more consistent performances, convincing, consistent performances, and for me to be sure before a game like this when we are going to meet Man United. And I'm not too happy as an Arsenal fan, I must say, because the run of form that I expected by this time, and you were making the point, Sarah, was it on Tuesday also when we spoke about the same issue, or yesterday, that you are comparing our points tally from last season and this season in the Premier League? That was you, right?
Yeah, Monday.
And there wasn't much difference. Yes, there wasn't much difference, but it's the how, the swagger. Because last season by this time, you asked me this about United, and I'm telling you straight, we are beating them. I had the kind of confidence that swagger about me as an Arsenal fan. Like I was walking disrespectfully around town and just not respecting anybody. Now I'm like, and that's not a great place you want me to be at this point in the season. So yeah.
Gary sounds defeated.
Yeah.
Arsenal, our team, I feel like has no aura right now. You know what I mean? Like it's a good time to be going up against Arsenal, I think, if you are a Manchester United fan. Clinton, how are you feeling about this one?
I mean, I feel good.
La 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 la.
I knew that I would.
La 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 la.
I feel good.
La 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 la. La la.
What is Clinton?
Sorry, guys. So good. So good.
I got you.
Ooh, yeah. Listen. We are winning.
James Brown?
Bro, listen.
Is that you?
No. Listen, there's a James Brown in Nigeria. If you call me the James Brown again,
Oh, no, I meant the singer.
Okay, good.
I
don't know. I don't want that either because the James Brown in Nigeria was named after that one too, and this one has now become worse. Don't associate me with any of the James Browns, please. But now, Gary, the fact is, I see. When Manchester United face top teams, I've told you guys so many times here that we tend to turn up. Like, it's not going to be the Manchester United that we know, okay? There's no top team that they've faced that they've not put up a fight. As a matter of fact, we've won City when City were at their top, okay? We've won, name them, you see. So, Arsenal, knowing that they're lacking some key players and they're having this kind of sluggish performance lately, I feel like it's even a proper confidence booster for us, assuming they would play the kind of players I would expect to be starting. Say, for example, if we have Amad Diallo, we have Garnacho, we have maybe Kobe Mainoo, we have Højlund, facing Arsenal, it's going to be a lot of heat in that Arsenal 18-yard box. And, knowing how much confidence I believe Arsenal, they're kind of like losing, especially their fans. Man, look at Gary. I've never heard Gary sound this low for Arsenal. You will literally think that, they gave him an injection last night and it's still affecting his body till this moment and he needs a lot of multivitamins to kind of like calm himself down. Bro, listen, we're coming into this game and I see a win for Manchester United. This is no cap at all. I know we're going to the Emirates, but bro, United Emirates is a flight and Nigeria is about to get, sorry, that's in Nigeria. United, Manchester, we're about to get into that flight and take off with a win. It's as easy.
But Arsenal and United only played like a month ago, and Arsenal beat United 2-0. And I know United in that time beat City, and they also lost to Newcastle, okay, and they tied to Liverpool. But, Alex, is there... Okay, I know we saw Arsenal play this week against Newcastle, and they lost, and it was the first leg, and this was the Carabao Cup. But is there a part of you that thinks, okay, if Mikel Arteta is, gambling here on trophies, Arsenal are third in the Champions League, they're third in the Prem, they're in the FA Cup still. If you're gonna miss out on one trophy, it might be the Carabao Cup, and they might put on a performance on Sunday against Manchester United because this is an FA Cup game?
Yeah. I think also when you look at the last time, going back to the similar stat I used with Tottenham, the last time Man United won at Old Trafford, 2019, Jose Mourinho was the last United manager to beat Arsenal at the Emirates in the Premier League. I know this is the FA Cup, so slightly different, but you look at the FA Cup and it is almost that sort of one-off game where, no matter how good you are in the league, no matter how well you're playing, I think the FA Cup has that magic about it. And yeah, Amorim will be thinking the same. This is my chance at a trophy to impress the board and push us on for next season. And, I think when you look at the way that they're slowly starting to piece the jigsaw together at United with, how their performance against Liverpool and, yes, there's still a long way to go, but I think we're slowly starting to see signs. It's positive for United. And on the other hand, Arsenal, yes, they were on a 13-game unbeaten run, but they lost to Newcastle quite convincingly. And there are holes in that team, given the injuries with Saka and Nwaneri. I think, I could see United pulling off a result here. I think, yes, maybe the odds are in Arsenal's favour, but I think I'm going to go with United on this one.
Are you? Mm-hmm. What do you think the score is going to be?
I'm going to go 2-1 Manchester United.
Clinton.
There we go.
Clinton.
2-1. Okay, that's not a bad one too.
Goals for Arsenal, I'm going to say... Gabriel Jesus. No, not Gabriel Jesus. Odegaard. And for United, I'm going to say...
I don't see Odegaard scoring, man.
I'm going to say, okay, I'll go with Martinelli then. Martinelli.
Maybe Martinelli.
And then for United, I'm going to go with Garnacho and Amad Diallo.
And Amad Diallo. I feel like Amad Diallo will come in for important goals. He usually doesn't be the guy that will score that. He knows when to step up his game and he will give you that win. So maybe he might be the one to score. Because truly, I'm actually going with the 2-1. I would probably just go with Alex on this one. I think
Especially after the Liverpool game where Amad Diallo, scored the winner, well, the equaliser. That confidence boost.
I love that we say the winner because it felt
It
like
felt
a
like a
United
winner,
win.
yeah.
No, Diallo comes through when he's needed.
Of course.
That's something I've realized. He's that guy that would always show. He wants to stamp his name just before the game ends, and that's what he always does. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going with 2-1, and exactly Garnacho maybe might not score. I think I'll go with Diallo as usual, and maybe Højlund probably.
Gary, are you taking the slander? They're both got Manchester United to beat Arsenal here.
Sin
Well,
comentario?
I think I set the tone with my own. I think I set the tone with my own very defeatist, like you put it, stance on the issue. But defeatist, but honest, in my opinion, stance on the issue. I think that there's something wobbly about us at the moment, and Clinton and Alex are not. They are not out of the ordinarily, making sure that a loss to Arsenal is a surprise. A loss against Manchester United, is a surprise. But, I'll put my Arsenal fan hat on and say that we are going to power through this one. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. That's the attitude.
Power through this one and somehow get a win. I'm not sure what, but Ruben
It doesn't
Amorim's
matter.
side,
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
Just get the
we
win.
we are blowing hot and cold, but we are going to blow hot against Amorim's side.
All right. I think I'm going to go for an Arsenal win in this one. I don't trust Arsenal, but I trust United less. And I also think that,
Exactly.
genuinely. And I also think that Arsenal are going to remember that this is the FA Cup. And if they are out of the Carabao Cup, like I said, sometimes teams have to pick and choose what they're going to fight for. And obviously they say, well, we're going to compete and all. Sometimes they don't have the means. And Arsenal, as we know, has been hit with a lot of injuries this season. I don't think they have the means to compete in all 4 competitions. And if you're going to get rid of one, it's the Carabao Cup, which means the FA Cup, it's time to turn up. They've done really well in the Champions League. They've pretty much solidified their spot into the next round, so they can kind of relax a little bit over there. Obviously, it's them, the Prem, and the FA Cup. So I think they will realize. That being said, I also understand that Manchester United, this is it. This is the only thing they can, once they're out of this. Well, no, they're in Europe. The Europa League.
I think also the good thing, and this is a topic for another day, for another show, but I don't like the fact that they've got rid of replays, but I know Arsenal and Manchester United will be happy that the result will be decided on the day. If there's a draw, it won't be another game at Old Trafford in a replay. So the result will be known. The team that's going through to the 4th round will be decided on the night. So
I think that's advantageous, though, for both teams. It's a one-off game.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that second leg, but I think that plays into both of their favors because both of them right now are not playing well. So they're just leave it all out on the pitch. But I think Arsenal will get by. I also don't know how, Gary. I'm not confident enough to say how, but I think Arsenal will get it together for this one. But I don't think anyone's confident between all of us about this game. Sorry, go ahead.
So no, I'm just looking at there's a team that I just saw because I just saw the game playing right now in my head. Okay, and I just saw one of the team. Sorry.
There we go.
No, for real.
There
for
we
real.
go.
I've just seen a defensive. Is it a defensive error that one of the team takes the ball and scores an easy goal? Like so it was basically I saw an empty net. God, thank you. Thank you.
An empty net.
I don't
Could
know
we
which team it
gamble
is.
that it might be Andre Onana?
he's just taking more risks.
I want to take more risks this year. Well, let's see. What?
No, but I'm seeing a defense. I'm just seeing an error. So it is not a normal error.
Well, we know that's the biggest problem for Manchester United, and we also know that Arsenal had major defensive errors against Newcastle. So you could be onto something there.
Can I shock you? He's actually. I just saw it now. He's on the Arsenal box.
It's on the Arsenal box. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Clinton might be able to tell the future breaking news. All right. Let's move on. Let's see what'll happen with that one. Obviously, in the Bundesliga, we have Dortmund taking on Leverkusen tomorrow, which should be a tasty affair. And then Sporty TV's Bundesliga match of the weekend, Mönchengladbach versus Bayern Munich. Italy, Torino versus Juve in the Torino derby, and Atalanta are taking on Udinese, Clinton's favorite side. Let's though talk a little transfer news though, because this is the moment of the year where it happens twice. Every few hours we hear a crazy rumor, and then a few hours later it's put out, and then something else is coming. So you never know what you're believing. But Clinton, let's talk about Marcus Rashford being linked to AC Milan.
I was just going to say, can we just trash out Mamouche real quick?
Oh.
For the first time in history, let's
Omar
trash out Mamouche.
Omar Mamouche
Yes.
to Manchester
Yes.
City.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Stop. Go on.
No. But for real, though, I kind of feel like, Mamouche coming to Manchester City is huge. I mean, assuming it does happen, okay? Mamouche is a world-class striker, if you ask me. I understand that he plays in the German league, and sometimes you don't know how good a player can be, having spent time in Germany and then coming maybe to the Premier League. But we've seen Haaland, we've seen Sancho, we've seen a whole bunch of them come from Germany and come to the Premier League, and they're shining. So I don't think I'm going to doubt that Mamouche would go to Manchester City and be almost like the replacement for Alvarez. Somebody who might probably be a supporting striker to Haaland, and the guy is so good, and that's facts. We can't even take it away from him. So he's one of the transfers. I'm hoping he does come through. Let's actually see how he would perform in the Premier League.
100%. I think also it's not only a replacement for Alvarez, which they should have filled in the summer, but with Erling Haaland, not having as much service.
Yes.
And him not performing when he doesn't have service, this is the type of striker who's much more creative and can create on their own. So it could be a very interesting turn of events, because could Omar Marmoush be the puzzle piece that Manchester City so desperately need, and then all of a sudden we have another title race back on our hands? Listen, I'm honestly here for the... I know everyone's, Manchester City, you want to see the downfall. Listen, I understand, but listen, I want chaos. I don't have a team in the Prem. I'm happy to see if Liverpool win. I think it's well-deserved as of right now, but let's at least sweat a little bit for it. You know what I mean? Like, add a little drama.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be really exciting if he came to the Premier League, He's been on fire this season, 30 goal involvements in 24 games.
Crazy,
18 goals, 12 assists.
I think he needs to be spoken more about,
I don't think he does. I mean, this is, I think, just the footballing world and how it works, that he's not playing for a notionally big team. Yes,
Absolutely.
Frankfurt are a big team in the Bundesliga, but they're not a Bayern Munich, they're not a Bayer Leverkusen. So, to see him come to the Premier League was would be exciting. It's always good to see players like that come to the Premier League, and I think he could do really well for Man City.
Yeah, I think so too. Street Fighter says Rashford needs to go to a club like Getafe and be a star boy.
Now, guys, please let us know, because there are links that Rashford is either going to AC Milan, which I think he would really perform well. We know how many players from the Premier League that have gone to AC Milan. However, is he going to bench Rafael Leao?
Absolutely.
Is it possible? We don't know. So is he going to be there to be on the bench? Who knows? Are they going to convert him to becoming a striker? Probably. It might work for him. Who knows? But where do you think Rashford should be going? There are also links to where again?
Juve.
Yeah, Juve as well. And then there's another one in Germany.
Dortmund.
Dortmund, that's the one, yes. Dortmund. So
But I know he's had talks, his agent, who I think is his brother, has had talks with AC Milan and Juve. Not sure if there's been any face-to-face talks with Dortmund yet, so I can see the Serie A move being the favoured one at the moment, I think, if he does leave Man United this window.
Guillaume said no way to Rashford going to play. No way, there's no space for him. My goodness. Marcus Rashford does have a bit of a dark cloud over him right now. Gary, do you agree? It seems like, I know people are joking around here, but I also think that some people feel like he might be tainted, no?
What?
Marcus Rashford?
He'll be tainted with what? What's he tainted with?
Playing poor football?
Tar? What?
I mean, I think playing football in general.
Oh, right.
I mean, it seems like a lot of people are saying, oh, we don't want him here. He needs to go to like a much smaller club than the likes of we're talking about AC Milan, Juve, and Dortmund, but people are saying he should go to a mid-level La Liga team.
I think he's always going to end up, if he's being transferred to one of the top teams in those countries, the traditional giants of those countries. because of the profile he has, and most importantly, that word, the P word, potential, which, a lot of people across leagues seem to believe in. I mean, come on, they gave Tammy Abraham a chance. You will put Marcus Rashford in this form above Tammy Abraham when he went over to Italy. So, I certainly think a Milan or a Juve sounds just about it. They would feel that they have what it takes to bring out that, whatever it is that we all assume that Marcus Rashford possesses, but is unable to actualize on the field and make it happen. And that's what they will be buying or signing. Whether he can make it happen is entirely up to him. I don't think it's up to anybody. I think that Marcus is at a point in his life where, he has to prove it himself. He does not need any extra motivation from anywhere. It has to be intrinsic. It has to be from within.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We're well into the January transfer window, so it's going to be a day-to-day topic of conversation here, and we'll keep eyes on Marcus Rashford. But that's it for us today, guys. Maybe we will see El Clásico this weekend. We definitely will see Manchester United and Arsenal. But tonight it is Real Madrid taking on Mallorca in the Spanish Supercopa on Sporty TV. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It will also be live on YouTube for Nigeria, Ghana, and South Africa. All right, guys, a pleasure as always. We'll be back again on Monday, looking back at, I'm sure, another weekend of chaotic football. Until then, as always, enjoy the football.
Yeah, boy. T.